everyone, I'm Ben with the BTC Sessions. I'm here in Calgary, Canada, and today I'd like to bring to you an interview I had with someone by the name of Sommer Sherwood. Her screen name is ItsMeeBossLady, and she's been all over the crypto space for the past few years. In fact, we go way back to when I first started my channel. She was always in the comments asking questions and getting involved. I was very excited to talk to her in person, more or less, for the first time ever today. So I hope you enjoyed the interview. We got into a lot of different things, including some of the projects that she's been working on herself. So without further ado, here's my interview with Sommer, or ItsMeeBossLady. Hello everyone, welcome to the BTC Sessions. I'm here with a very special guest today. Actually, I'm going to let her introduce herself. Take it away.
Hey, what's up everybody? It's me, Boss Lady, and with Decentralized Art Shows, just a really enthusiast in the space. Nobody special, just telling Ben. Enthusiast.
Thank you very much for coming on. Now, I remember way back when I started doing YouTube, and I had like a couple hundred subscribers. You were one of the people in there that was always chatting and asking questions and saying, hey, so I mean, that's been a couple years since we started chatting on there to now. This is the first time we've ever actually talked kind of in person. I'm curious about your kind of ride into the crypto space. What got you here? What led you down this rabbit hole?
Ben, it was YouTubers like yourself. Like as soon as I realized, what Bitcoin was, I just couldn't stay away. And that's how I really got involved, was these live chats like yours, Ken Bozak, Adam Meister was a big one, Crypto's News, the guys, and actually Amanda B. Johnson, I used to love watching her. And I really enjoyed the live streams because I felt like it was more of a learning experience. It was really interactive, and that helped me a lot to be able to ask questions and get answers in real time. I think the way crypto moves so fast, like to have to wait, for an answer, have to like wait to find something out, like we don't have time for that. Like we need to know it right now. And
Nobody's
so
got time for that.
yeah.
Absolutely. Now, when you first started, you were initially kind of curious about what Bitcoin, and
Bitcoin.
then you built from there. Now, where do you fall? Like, are you Bitcoin maximalist? Are you pretty broad in the space? Or do you like a lot of alts? Do you have different coins that you really like? What's your story?
Yeah, I mean, I love Bitcoin. It's obviously the king. It's the first, and I think that it has, a lot of potential. But I think when it comes to like, well, what's the best coin? My next question is, well, for what? Like, what are you trying to do? Like, what is the purpose of that coin? Because I think there's room for more than, one or two coins. Maximalist, it's kind of centralized to me. I think if you're a maximalist, you're kind of just centralizing it, and there's no need to do that when there's so much, potential and so much possibilities in the space. There's no need to like limit yourself. I feel like if you're just sticking with one, you're just kind of limiting yourself, because Bitcoin is great for a store of value and for a currency, but there's other, coins that are better for other things. So that's kind of where I fall. I like to see what the utility is, and then so I use different coins for different things.
Yeah, absolutely. So you just like having choice, more or less.
Girl
Yeah.
likes options, you know what I mean? It's like shoes. You can never have too many options, you can never have too many shoes.
Yeah, exactly. Now, on a day-to-day basis, is there a particular coin that you tend to use the most? Like, based on what you're doing, but like, is there something that you find day to day? Well, I'm using this coin a lot for this, and use this coin a lot for this. What comes up the most for you?
Well, I mean, I do use Bitcoin. I do, because I often get paid in Bitcoin. So I try to, spend Bitcoin. And I have like this little network of friends that I've developed over the years that we basically just transact within each other. So that way we don't have to cash out, to fiat. So whatever coin is, that whatever somebody wants to work with me on, and that's kind of what I'll use. Sometimes I'll use Shapeshift. I like Shapeshift a lot.
Hmm.
So you just want to change, from coin to coin, depending on what somebody wants. Litecoin is really good, for payments. Ethereum is really popular. Like with our artists, a lot of artists accept Ethereum as payment, and so I'll work with Ethereum a lot. My actual favorite coin to use, like for transacting, is Zencash. because I earn Zencash, and a lot of people that I know take Zencash, and the artists all take Zencash, so they're all real familiar with it. And it has a payment system in there. You can actually you have a mobile wallet, so you can just just like how I use my Airbitz mobile wallet and now my Edge, like I can use my Zencash mobile wallet, which I love. So I'm going around, sharing Zencash with people. So I
Awesome.
really like Zencash a lot too.
Awesome. That's great. And now, are there any coins that you don't particularly like? Is there anything that you stay away from, or are you pretty open-minded to everything?
That's a good question. I mean, like Ripple to me doesn't count. Like fuck Ripple. I don't. I have no love for that. Sorry, Tiffany Hayden. I love you, girl, but yeah, Ripple's not my thing. But other than that, no. I mean, I feel like there's room for everybody. Not necessarily that they are all on the same level. Definitely not. There's definitely some that are better than others. But yeah, I think that there's room for everybody.
Yeah, awesome, awesome. That's really cool. Now, I was gonna ask. So you mentioned you're working on something art related at the very beginning there. I was wondering if we could really dive into that, and you could explain what it is and what kind of projects you've been doing with it.
Okay. So I've been in crypto for a few years now, and I started off doing organizing meetups, women of blockchain, just all different types of Bitcoin crypto meetups. And so what I found was that people have a hard time understanding an explanation of Bitcoin. It's just not that easy to get by an explanation. So we started actually just downloading the wallet. Like we were using Airbitz at the time, so we were downloading an Airbitz wallet for people, and then sending them some Bitcoin, and then giving them some Bitcoin. But then okay, well then what are they gonna do with it, and how do I earn it? And we kind of wanted to take it to the next level, and we got to thinking like the way that where the jobs are going, where the job market is going, the way the economy is going, with all the AI, machine learning, the technology that's coming out. We wanted to kind of be forward thinking, and like what's going to be around. Like, sure, people can offer their services and their talents for Bitcoin and crypto, and we do that. We do like to promote our friends' talents and services, but like, what's the next level? Like, what's going to be around when nothing else is around? Art, creativity, anything that you can create and build from scratch. And that includes coding and stuff too, anything that you're really like, coming up from scratch. So the art world kind of just, I fell down that whole rabbit hole, like the art behind you, Ben.
Yes,
This
yes.
is my stuff. Like when I realized how cool this crypto art was and all the different ways that artists were putting their QR codes into the art, and just reimagining it, I fell in love with it. And so we started using that as a way to teach people how to transact. Because now that you have Bitcoin, now that you have crypto, how can you use it? And you can buy art with it. So we had such an interest in it. People would want to come and they wanted to spend their crypto. So they would have it on their mobile phones and they would come to our art shows and they would be able to transact. And now the artists were earning crypto, and then now people were able to spend it and use it and like have something that it's like you're spending it, but you're spending it on something that's going to appreciate in value. So that was kind of the cool thing. Like, cause if I want to go buy a burger, I gotta spend Bitcoin, and it kind of hurts my soul a little bit. But that's how crypto life is. But when you're able to take it and like buy something that's gonna appreciate in value, it's like, oh, this is cool.
Yeah,
So
well, and it's you're supporting somebody from the same realm, especially like you're dealing exclusively in kind of like a crypto art realm, and so it's this
yeah,
you're creating an actual economy within the space, and so you like I love the pictures that I have up on with crypto art on the wall, and then crypto graffiti made my shirts, and there's just so many
yeah,
great people in the space that are creating things, and I think I know it hurts everybody to spend their crypto because they want to hold as much as they can, but I mean, spend it and then replenish and get rid of your fiat and just start that cycle going, and that's kind of the best way to do it. Now you where have you gone with this?
Well, so it was cool to do these pop-up parties. We found that we had a really great turnout when we did after parties for the big Bitcoin conferences. Like, for example, the Texas Bitcoin conference. Like, everybody's there at the conference, everybody's into crypto, they're into it. But like after the whole day or even the whole couple of days hearing about it, they still were kind of like, okay, well, now what? You know what I mean? They come to the after party And not only is it fun, I mean, it is a party,
Mm.
but people are actually like, oh, okay, now I get it. And
Mm.
once they have it in their hand, once they're able to use it and transact it, and like we would have food and drinks and stuff available, and if you wanted to tip or donate, we'd have different services, massage services. It wasn't just art, but different types of services. We had a tattoo artist, we had a henna artist. My daughter went crazy for that. And so you could actually like use it, and once people were able to use it, it was like, oh my gosh, like I learned more at your party than I did at this whole conference. And I was like, okay, we knew we were doing something right with that.
That's
So
awesome.
we did take a little break. My co-founder, Lauren Slade, she moved to Puerto Rico.
Oh,
So
wow.
I'm really excited for her. She's trying to get her, residency there for tax reasons and all of that. So she's doing really good down there. And so we're going to revive our parties this summer. So we're looking
Oh,
at dates for this summer. So we'll keep you guys posted on that. Our last events had 400 or 500 people come out. So
oh, wow. That's pretty good turnout. Awesome.
yeah. Yeah,
Sweet.
pretty much everyone from the conference was there. All the speakers, the moderators, everybody that was at the conference, came. We've been in the space long enough that these are kind of friends, and they were happy to support, and we're happy to have them.
Yeah. You'll have to let me know because I want to come to one.
Ben, I'm going to come to you. We are
Yeah.
coming. We are coming to Canada very soon.
You should actually, because we were just talking before we actually started recording here, but there's the Bitcoin rodeo happening in Calgary, my home city, on July 9th and 10th. And Ken Bozak is coming, Adam Meister is coming, Vortex from World Crypto, the author of the Bitcoin Standards, Safedin Amos. I always butcher the name. I'm so bad. And Rodolfo Novak from Open Dime. Like, there's going to be so many awesome people here. So I think you should see about being another awesome person to join in, because that'd be a lot of fun. Yeah,
Thanks. Yeah, I'm gonna get my password. I'm gonna try to make it. Maybe we could throw an after party for the conference.
that would be really cool. Yeah, that'd be awesome. I have a question for you, because I'm hearing a lot right now, referring to you, you're getting paid in Bitcoin a lot. You're trying to actually spend and use crypto as real currency and to live on it. And so,
Bye.
how have you found that? Is it getting easier? Is it difficult? Like, what's it like living on crypto or trying to?
Dude, I don't recommend it yet. I
Not
mean,
yet.
it's not ready, for mainstream. I don't think. I struggle with it a lot. I'm gonna be honest. I would love for it to be easier. It's easier for me than a lot of other people, because I don't have to go like to the traditional exchanges, and I don't use Coinbase or anything like that. I never have. Just because I've developed like a couple friends in the space that I can trade with. But if I didn't have those people, like I would be totally lost. Like I wouldn't know what to. I would be struggling. I don't have a bank account. I use PayPal and stuff, but it's definitely a challenge. That's kind of why it motivates me to like actually go out and seek merchants and seek people and use these parties as opportunities to like bring people to the space and to actually have places to spend it, because it's a challenge. It's
Yeah.
definitely
And I've got to say, you're definitely a trooper for going and really trying to live this life. Like, I did it back in end of 2014. I spent a month living on exclusively on Bitcoin, and it was a challenge. I got through most everything, but like, it was using various websites and trying to figure out how I'm going to get and things like, even just things like groceries
yeah,
and gas. Those were difficult things to do. I ended up, I mean, I kind of did a roundabout way, like was able to get gift cards to then pay,
yeah,
but like you're making hops to make it happen.
yeah,
So, I
yeah,
mean, things are being built that help. There's a lot of kind of like bridging the gap technologies that are being built, but it's still by no means an easy thing. So anybody who's is trying to practice what they preach, I definitely really respect when they go through that, because you're like the person driving down the road in the first car with like the rutted tracks for the horses and everything. So yeah, that's awesome.
pioneers. Hashtag pioneers.
Yeah, pretty much, right? Now, what other challenges do you see in the crypto space right now, as far as whether it be adoption or merchants or even just like carving out spaces and figuring out what coins are long term and what are not. What do you see as some of the big challenges moving forward?
It's tough, education. Education is the biggest thing. I mean, it sucks because the people that I see coming into crypto, and a lot of the people like that I see on the live streams nowadays, when Lambo, when Moon, when Lambo, when Moon, and I'm just like shut up, like can't you come up with like don't get it, you don't get it, and it's so frustrating to me because that's not what it's about. Of course I want a Lambo too, I want to go to the moon too, but it's not fun to be on the moon by yourself. I don't think it will be a good time. So I think it's important to like really focus on the education. And that's kind of like why I found Pure Blockchain Wealth. PureBlockchainWealth.com was a website, and the people behind the website like really helped me kind of like, oh, this is a way that people can like come to. It's like a one-stop shop where you can actually get educated about Bitcoin. Of course, there's several other great websites, but this is one that I found recently that that really had some really cool tips for the actual real-world use case,
Hmm.
and wealth building. Because when you're thinking about Bitcoin, it is a long-term hold. So you want to learn how to build your wealth and not just try to like come up overnight.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. It's more about long-term thinking.
Yeah, it really is. And if you don't have the knowledge, if you don't have the experience, then you're pretty lost and you're gonna get wrecked. So be careful out there, guys.
Yeah, yeah, it's definitely. I'm sure you noticed a lot, like you were just saying. But the last year, given the craziness of last year, there were a lot of people that jumped into the space that, it was, I want my coin to go up 2,000%. And everybody's convinced that, the coin I just chose is the next Bitcoin or is going
Yeah.
to be like rule the crypto world. But I mean, people have got to be careful with what they're doing with their money, and they've got to really understand the technology behind it so that they can start to decipher useful things versus things that are just redundant and using buzzwords and don't really have a purpose. So it's I it was a little it is the end of the year. It was difficult watching some of those channels where it's just a bunch of dudes in a car garage, trying to chart something, and it's just completely nonsensical. And it's pretty interesting. So I guess what I'm getting at here is you know a lot of content creators in space. You've been kind of in and around this for a few years now. Are there people that you like to watch for information and for news and stuff like that? Where do you go for that kind of stuff?
Crypto's news. Crypto's
Yeah.
news. Nice TV. I love those guys.
Yeah,
Love
absolutely. Yeah, I have,
them.
you know what? I've been meaning, we have each other on social media, and I'll like his stuff and he'll like some of my stuff, but I haven't actually spoken to Crypto on any sort of a video yet. I think I should probably reach out and try and make that happen at some point.
I will definitely put you in touch. He along with you were one of the first, channels that I started watching.
Yeah.
He was actually into Ethereum or Bitcoin too, I don't know if a lot of
Yeah.
people don't know that, but
Yeah. And
yeah,
he's
no,
he's
he's a friend of
he's
mine.
he's
He's
in
on top
LA,
of it.
right?
Yeah, he moved out to LA. We're actually we're gonna be doing because we do work together quite a bit. We're gonna be doing a meetup and like kind of a decentralized art show at the crypto space, which is a new working space in LA that I'm
Oh.
super excited about. That's kind of what we're going with our decentralized art shows. We're going to use these crypto co-working spaces around the nation to host our shows because we really want to bring awareness to businesses that are, offering the opportunity for crypto people to come and like learn and, share resources. So he's out there in LA doing his thing. And now his brother Gabriel is full-time in the space. He's doing the Crypto Plug podcast.
Oh,
So he's
wow.
doing reviews. Yeah, we got to get you on the podcast.
Absolutely, that'd be a blast. And I'm actually going to be out in
Yeah.
LA this August. I'm going to be out there, so maybe I'll try and reach out and see who's in town. Yeah.
Yeah, let me know the dates. We're actually going to Costa Rica in August. We are doing an unconference with Tijo Bear, with Arcane Bear.
Oh, awesome.
you better get excited.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Well, that's great. Now,
Yeah.
what I really want is I want people to know where to find you and where to find the Decentralized Art Show and everything else that you're doing. So, like, I mean, Twitter handles, you know, Facebook, websites, whatever you want to toss out there, just go nuts.
Yeah, I mean, I'm It's Me Boss Lady pretty much everywhere. At Sommer's World, SOMMERZWORLD on Twitter. I'm sure I'll put the handle in there or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Decentralized Art Shows. Decentralizedartshows.com is our website. And then yeah, I mean, you can find me in the Cryptos News channel on Decentralized TV. If you're looking for really great information about like the job situation and kind of what we talked about with the economy and wealth building, pureblockchainwealth.com is like my favorite website to go to get all that information. They have these really cool like ebooks. So like if you're looking for information but you don't necessarily have the time to like read it all at one time, or you're not able to catch the news channels like how we catch the live streams, download the little ebooks and then you can like listen to it in the car or something like that. And I found that to be really helpful because the way that like we talked about, the way that things are changing with crypto, it's really hard to keep up. So
Yeah.
I found it to be really helpful. And yeah, that's me.
Awesome, awesome. And I'm gonna have one last question for you that you can go as deep or as broad as you want with this one. I usually ask this at the end for everybody, but what does Bitcoin and cryptocurrency represent for you?
Freedom.
Freedom. Very concise.
It is the tool that is enabling us to scale the edges. We are not going to achieve the world that we want to see by changing Trump or trying to change, you know, the current world system. Like, it's just not going to happen, guys. So I found that if we can start with our children and we can start with the lesser known or lesser talked about people, the ones that don't have bank accounts, it's a lot easier to convince somebody to use Bitcoin when they've never experienced a traditional bank account before. You don't have to convince, you don't have to change them anything, you don't have to unlearn them anything. You're starting from scratch. And it's like, oh, that makes perfect sense. Like, why wouldn't I use it? It's a lot easier to do that. So I think it offers like a whole new tool for freedom.
Yeah.
Freedom, baby.
I love it. Well, Sommer, thank you so much for coming on. I was so stoked to finally actually get to chat with you. And I think we should do it again sooner rather than later.
Cool.
Awesome.
Okay. Yeah, Ben, I really appreciate you. Like I said, I've been like a longtime fan of your show. And I don't have my crypto art on the wall behind me, but I am definitely going to have it for my next. You got to see the crypto art that I have.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Awesome. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. All the links for Sommer for It's Me Boss Lady are down below, and we'll see you guys next time. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to hit like and subscribe, drop a tip if you're able to, and share this video. Also, if you'd like to support the show in another way, hit up my affiliate link down below to grab yourself a Ledger hardware wallet to secure all your crypto. And furthermore, if you'd like to be checking out what I'm doing outside of my YouTube channel, working with a company called BitNational, head over to bitnational.com to check out what we do. See you guys soon, next time on the BTC Sessions.